Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I guess I'll continue this later.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Make a motion to accept the agenda as written.
I move by Barb to accept the agenda as written. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ashley. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Public comment for agenda items. Is there any public comment this time?
I got one.
Andy?
Right there. Yeah, good evening. Most of you all know who I am. If you don't, do I gotta state it for the record?
Yes.
Andrew Milanowski, I'm the police chief of Sparta Village. I wanted to talk to you about the agenda item of the public safety revenue sharing. Sergeant Price and I were going through, we always go through, look at what's going on, and we saw this, and I thought, well, I'm familiar with these types of revenue sharings, being the chief for the last 22 years, and I know that they have certain criteria that you can only spend them on and stuff like that. And so I'll just get right to it, and I was just wondering if you would consider allocating that money to the Sparta Police Department. Now, I know that there's tensions between the governments, but I'm not here to represent the government. I'm here to represent the people that I serve. And if that's, I mean, that's obviously the village because I work for them, but we're all in the township, we're all township residents. I've been the chief for 22 years, and I've worked on the road here for 18 years, so a total of 40 years here. And in my 22 years now, just as a chief, nothing's really changed. A lot of my guys still do a lot of services, police services out in the township. We back up the county. Sometimes the county calls us to take the complaints because those guys are tied up. We'll take cardiers, help traffic when there's a bad accident, fires, missing people, anything they might need, we do out. And I'd say just about daily, we do services to the county, to the township at nighttime when my officers, they wander out and they go to the businesses that aren't within the village, they're on the township, and they go around those every night, and they go down. I'm sure they're down and see the GPS. They go, you know what I'm talking about. You can go down, they check out Sparta Chevy, and they check. So, you know, and I'm not, that's fine with me. I fear we're all a community, and if they catch a bad guy, I'm all for it. Basically, what I would like to use the money for it, if I was lucky to get it, is another AED. I have 3 trucks in my fleet, and I asked for an AED a few years ago when the village was starting to buy them for their locations, you know, the sewer plant, the civic center, all that stuff, the offices and everything, and they got me one, and I thought, great, we got one. And I started thinking, man, I'd like to have each truck because you never know, that truck could be down to Kent County. And they're very useful tools. It's probably everybody in here has used them. And so without even, I don't even know how this happened, but one of the local churches heard that we were wanting one and they donated one. And I thought, oh, this is great. And that wasn't all that too long ago. And then when I saw this, I thought, well, I know that there's certain things, and one of them was equipment purchases. So I was thinking, lucky enough to get that and get an AED for the 3rd truck. We are mobile 24/7, not always having 3 trucks on, but a lot of times 2, and several times during the day 3. And we are always constantly moving, so, and we're out. So let's say a call comes in at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, it's out in Kennewa, or not Kennewa, Fruit Ridge, or 16 Mile, or Long Lake or something, and it comes out as Medwin Echo. Well, all the borders disappear. These borders mean nothing. Who's ever close, we go, and we help, and we have. So I did a little number pulling, just kind of quick, and I found that since 2020, we've responded to 51 echoes. And 27 of them were in the village, and 24 of them were in the township. And so it's pretty even. So I'm not asking just for me, I'm not asking for the village, I'm asking for the police department and for the community and for people. I just think an AED would be a really good thing to spend the money on if you saw fit. I'm not here on behalf of anybody, just myself. This is my idea. I thought, I'm gonna ask. And I'll tell you this, my dad used to always tell me, Andrew, you're not gonna get nothing if you don't ask, because they can't read your mind. So that's why I'm here.
How much are they?
You know, I think they're around probably, what, 2,800? And then we usually buy a really nice, those big cases for like $300 to $400 for one of those. And then we also put some other things in it, like Narcan and some other medical things in those boxes. So I think you probably get it somewhere around 30 to 35, somewhere with all the stuff we put in them. So, but they're awesome. We've used them. I don't know if you guys all remember the baby up here on 16 Mile Road. No, you know, the baby passed away, but my officer got there first, and he hooked up the AED, and the AED printout, the readout, that information that was stored in that was a really big key piece for the prosecution, which disputed her story. And so, even if it didn't save a life, it still helped. So, I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in, if you consider it. You know?
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
appreciate your service,
Well,
because
thank you.
your kind of service has no political boundaries.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The boundaries disappear.
Disappeared. Thank you.
And we serve everybody, but
Yeah.
you have any more questions I can answer?
Do you just need one then, you're thinking, or?
Yeah, because we've
Okay.
got 2 already.
Okay.
And I just want to outfit all my cars, all 3 of them. I talked to Dan about this, and he said, that's a great idea to have another one because you're mobile.
Yeah.
Then of course, when the batteries go out, we take care of those or purchase them or whatever, but, you know, I'd love to stay and, you know, watch the whole thing, but I got another thing to go to with grandkids. So, if there's no more, that's all I'm here for.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you for your
Brian.
service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's Dan Olney. I am the fire chief of the fire department, and I'm going to piggyback on exactly what Chief Milanowski said. We had a discussion this afternoon when it came about, and I'm 100% in support of this, for him to have an AED, another one on their truck. There are times between those hours after 5, 6 o'clock at night until 6, 7 in the morning when I'm not at the station, that by the time it takes me to come from my residence or any of my firefighters to come from their residence to get to a truck, they're going to have a patrol unit on scene when these echo level calls. And again, like he did explain, the borders drop. Okay, I've been to Kent City, I've been to Alpine, I've been to Chester, I've been in Algoma Township. And just as a prime example, the other night we had a pretty bad accident at 13 Mile and North Division, and their 2 patrol cars were there before any of us got there, and they had their AED and equipment out in case it was needed. Okay, fortunately it wasn't, but they were prepared. They're trained as well on this, and it provides a good service to everybody in the community. And I mean, we do have AEDs stuffed around town and in the village. We've got them in the airport. We've got them in the library now. You guys have one in the library. Liz at the chamber has one that they bring out for special events that they actually, like for Beer and Brat Fest, will actually have it at the serving counter, so it's there. So I mean, people have access to these throughout the area, and I just think the more we have, the more vigilant we can be about it, the better chance we have of statistically saving somebody's life. And with that being said, I sat through a Zoom meeting this morning with the Kent County EMS, and they raised their statistics from the last year for cardiac arrest saves across the state of Michigan. Out of all the cardiac arrests, and I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but Kent County had 51% save rate. So that's over half the people we encountered in a cardiac arrest that we were successfully to revive. And this is a save where they walked out of the hospital. Okay? The next closest county to Kent County was almost 15% below her.
Wow.
So I mean, that just tells you with having the equipment in the area and the resources available gives those people a better fighting chance. So, any questions for me when it comes to that? Yes.
Do you, say we put one in our offices here, would you train people? Could you train people?
We have staff that can train.
Okay.
We actually brought staff in and trained the library. We got to do a refresher with the library again. Every 3 years, we go through a training with them. I have staff on board that teaches AED and CPR training, so they combine it all into one.
Okay.
So
Great.
that is available.
Wonderful. Thank you for everything you do.
No problem. Thank you.
Any more public comment? I'll close the public comment. And, next item would be the approval of the minutes and treasurer's report. Next item would be the approval of minutes, May 14th, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Marcy to approve the minutes and seconded by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Treasurer's report.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Marcy to approve the treasurer's report. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. The building department monthly reports, there's a report for April and May. Okay. Next item is the approval of the bills. First business item.
The only thing I had up for you guys is I emailed out to you is that MTA, if anybody wanted me to add any training or anything on there, otherwise,
Can't think of any.
that check is not written right. I just noticed that.
Yeah, I was like,
Where's the $7,000? We gotta pull that out of the bills, that has to be rewritten.
and that,
MTA's is like
that
seven
was for
grand.
the MTA one? Okay.
I never cost. It is. What's, why is it on here?
It says $7,537.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong end.
Yeah, you're looking at just the audit.
Okay, never mind,
We're good?
yeah, we're good. So that's for the dues and for the legal defense. But they have other classes you can add to it, and stuff I mailed out to you, but we don't normally do that. If everybody's good with it the way it is, we'll just leave it. I did hear from Bill, he said he was okay with it. There it was.
Did you make a motion to approve?
Oh, sure.
And there's a second by Rob. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is the lease agreement with Sparta Historical Friends. And I appreciate Barb meeting with Larry Carter, I think, and went through.
Yeah, he went through and made, I think, some nice adjustments that really spelled it out a lot better for us, so, if you guys had a chance to read through it, I think he really tweaked it better and, especially, you know, in concerns with if there was an event going on, you know, that didn't prevent us from having the, museums open. It just gave that whoever was renting, the Civic Center, it gives them first access to the parking, obviously, you know. But I didn't see that as a problem for anybody coming into the museum, or it gives us a better access, you know, for people to come through, you know. But chances, I mean, it's gonna be more of a case of, you know, for the festivals and things, if that's being used for, any of the promotions there, you know, if they're using the kitchen and whatnot, we want it open so that we can have people going through anyway, so.
Yeah.
I think it reads very well now. He extended the days from, you know, the termination days, you know, up to 180 from, I think what it was 30. But we don't have a problem with that. That's not gonna be an issue. So if the board doesn't have any problems with it, I'd like to make a motion to have it signed.
Move by Barb to have a board sign the lease agreement between the Sparta Historical Friends and the Sparta Township. Is there a second? Second by Ashley. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is the planning commission recommendation 9.
Social media posts.
Oh, excuse me, I missed that one. Social, I always do that. Social media policy.
I guess this is the thing that, Bill was working on for a Facebook page.
Bill took a longer one and condensed it, but this is not condensed near enough. And what we wanted social media for was to put out facts and information about the township, and some of it is just basically, you know, there's an election today, come out and vote. I do not want full board approval to be able to put that on Facebook, and that's what he has in here, along with many, many, many other rules, and that's not what we were looking at for Facebook. So I'm gonna make a motion that we deny this policy, and until there's something else presented, just let it go for now.
Can you just table it?
Can, but that means we have to keep putting it on there until somebody makes policy, so.
I'm not sure we need a Facebook page. We've got a website. If somebody's got a question, they're gonna go to our website. I'm not so sure they're gonna go to our Facebook page.
I'm kinda like Barbara.
I mean, I think it's overkill. I think it's duplication.
Yeah.
You get people confused. They're gonna say, well, do I go here or do I go there? Keep it simple. Have them go to the website, call it a day.
Well, for now, that's what we're going to do, but
Yeah.
there are things that we'd like to put out there, facts about Sparta.
Well, then let's put it on the web.
Elections, taxes.
Elections,
On
taxes.
the web.
Let's put it on the webpage.
I don't think anybody
I
goes,
think in today's world, a lot of people use social media. It's just being appropriate on social
I
media,
can't agree with
posting
Ashley.
factual things.
I don't really go to the website ever.
so I think we should have something, but a 7-page policy
This is too much.
is, I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Cause if I
And
want,
it was full board approval, so
yeah,
everything would have had to be done at least a month in advance. And that's not how we envisioned it, so. I'm making the motion to say no.
I'll second you, Marcy.
Moved by Marcy to say no, and then seconded by Ashley.
Correct.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously, or 6-0. And then the next item is the planning commission recommendation 9440 Sparta Avenue, C1 to C2. And Barb, you're on the planning commission, and did you wanna kinda explain that a little bit?
Yep, I can go over this. The gentleman who had purchased the property across from RentSmart is going to be, he wanted basically to add the 200 feet for his drain field so that he would have more room up front. It's on the Yost Drive. Doesn't want to shorten himself up front And that was the main reason. And obviously, the drain field being back there, he cannot drive on it, he cannot park on it. So the drain field being in the back gives him much better space up front for all of his parking of these trailers that he's selling and renting, I think.
He's selling.
Selling them, sorry, I was getting confused with RentSmart. He's selling these trailers, so, and it's actually not that much property that he can actually utilize because there's a huge drop off that goes down to the creek. So it's a very small portion of that 200 feet that he's actually utilizing for his drain field. And it's already been cleared with the health department and everything, because that was my big question. I said, okay, you're that close to, water. Has that been approved? And he said, yes, it's already been gone through. And the other reason is they want to prevent anybody from going back to the residential area for a turnaround. And he's afraid that by making it so cramped up front and making his parking lot so squished, because he has to have his drain field up there, it would shorten the area he has. By giving himself a bigger parking area up there, there's no reason for anybody to go down the cul-de-sac and turn around. It's actually benefiting the individuals. Unfortunately, the people who do live back there, they did not understand our master plan fully. They thought that the 300 foot, that's all it was ever supposed to be. Our master plan does say 500 foot possibility. So they were a little upset, and I understand where they were coming from. It wasn't something that they read thoroughly, but I did encourage, as did the board, the rest of them, to try to be good neighbors with these people, try to do their best to make sure that by posting huge signs, stop private residents, don't go any further. They are going to be putting in a buffer zone there along the road, whether it be trees or a fence, so that, it's not like they're gonna have to see anything, but they're going to try to make it a buffer zone with the proper stuff so that nothing is visual, unpleasant. Because right at the end of the red line, as you can see on your map, that's where the gentleman across the street's garage is. And I said, there's nothing to see, it's a drain field. And it's not above ground either. It's not a berm, so you won't be looking at anything unpleasant, so. And we approved it. We didn't see any reason not to. He met every bit of the criteria. So that's why we were recommending it.
I'll make a motion to accept the planning commission's recommendation.
Then moved by Rob to accept the planning commission's recommendation. There's a second.
Second.
Second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by
Have
saying,
your roll call to ordinance, Dale?
saying yes if you agree and saying no if you don't. Marcy?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Barb?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Myself? Yes. Passed unanimously. And the next item is public safety review, revenue sharing. And Ashley was gonna give us a little report on that.
We received $6,081 to the Sparta Township. The village did receive their own funds for this. The township portion, we can keep 25% of it and do anything that we want to help the public safety and reduce crime. As you guys heard, there's an idea to do the AED. Let's see, the $12,060.75 can go to the Kent County Sheriff because they are the ones that service our township. When I asked our auditor, he did recommend doing that for the sheriff versus giving it all to the village, because that is an option. And so that leaves us with $4,020.25 that we can utilize. So they talk a lot about cameras and stuff like that. that. I don't know if we want to explore that option for the township or the sports park, or what you guys want to do with that. If we don't use it, we lose it, and I send it to sheriff or whoever we decide. So we have to decide where that 75% is going. So we could potentially do the AED, and then the rest of it go to the sheriff, and then our 25% we could look into security cameras or whatever you guys feel is needed.
I have no problem. I would support giving something for the AED.
Yeah.
I think.
I would too.
The balance or a little bit, it'd be nice if we could get a camera out on the telephone pole at the sports park, because we know we've got issues at the north end of it. As people come in and out, we can oversee that. I talked to Tim Driscoll about this earlier in the week when we found out there might be some funds, and we didn't have a number, but do you have to give the whole $12,060 to the Kent County
At
Sheriff?
least 75%, yes.
So-
We can give it, I don't think we have to give it to the sheriff, but they do service.
Yeah.
I know the village assists and stuff like that. I believe it goes both ways, but I did message, when I first got this, I sent Dan a message like, hey, let me do an understanding of it, and he corrected and said that yes, it would be like the sheriff. So we could give all of it to the village police department if we wanted to, or we could do the sheriff, but
We can't split it between the sheriff department and the
I
village?
think we can do whatever we want with the 12, but it has to go to,
Okay,
I think that it can't be to us.
right.
Yes.
So we could give like 3,500 to the Sparta Police Department and the rest to Kent County Sheriff.
Yes,
I would like,
for the AED, and then sheriff will get the rest of
Well-
that, and then the $4,000 that we would have, we could explore the camera. I don't know how much that stuff is.
Yeah, I was thinking if you gave the 75 to the Kent County, pull out 3,200 for the AED,
Mhm.
and then remaining, maybe we'll buy cameras at the park.
do you know how much they are?
I don't. That's the thing, you have to give a specific item, that's my question.
I asked what kind of I don't have anything that says I need to submit certain things, like receipts and stuff like that. I think it is just, it's honorary at this point. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the auditors look at that.
What's the timeline on?
I don't have a timeline.
I think we have time. We don't have to decide tonight by any means. We can think about it. But Jody and I also just attended a safety and security for elections. We actually, Officer Cook and Officer Price were there, along with probably 30 other police officers and some from the fire department at Kent County. The township office might probably, I don't really like it, but could use another camera or two maybe. We were also told we probably should have at least Narcan in our office, because unfortunately some people send powders and mails to election officials. It was a very heavy training.
Well, we got a
threats,
police
all
department
that
that has Narcan pretty close.
Yeah. But anyway, they highly recommended stuff like that too, so I think we should all think about it for a month or
Yes.
so.
Yes.
And get some prices on some things.
Yeah.
And not jump right into it, but those are some other things too. Yeah. Those are some other things that we should consider for the safety for the township and election workers too.
And Dale did give me this information that he received from the Kent County Sheriff's Office regarding that, is during the supervisor's briefing.
Yes.
So I just
Me.
received this in the email, so if you guys want to read over this that Dale gave me, it talks a little bit more about it, it breaks it down a little bit more. I can email it to you or take this if you want, but we have time, which is great. But whatever we don't use out of that 4,000, we have to give to somebody.
So we have time,
We do.
so we can, you
Right.
can
Bring your
get some,
quotes, bring your ideas, that'd be great.
and we can do this next month.
For the month after?
Right.
Okay, good. Well, I think we need to tell police chief that we will get him
Should we agree
Get
to
him
that
one.
tonight?
Well, you don't,
We could also check with the village, cause they got money too, to see what they're doing with their money. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
another
cause they
thing.
got
You could-
$8,513 for
We could
this, so
split
they
it
have
with
to do
them or
the same
something
thing.
too, if we have enough cameras and stuff that we need, I mean, I just think we should get some prices
Yeah.
and do a little more investigating before we decide.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's
I'm
a-
all for supporting the police department.
How long does it take to order one of those typically? Like, does it, is it
Week
a,
and a half normally.
okay,
I mean, my vendors normally have them in stock, so if I call them and tell them what I need, they will send one.
I see.
And we try to keep all the AEDs that are out here in the community right now actually were purchased through the fire department. So even the ones that PD have came through the fire department. And the reason is we keep the manufacturer the same, we keep the product the same, they register the product, and then there's actually a program called LifeLink through Physio Controls that when they open an AED up, I actually would get a notification on my phone that one has been in use. So like here a month ago, I went out to the airport to check the expiration date on the pads. I opened it up and I was standing there and got the alert on my phone that the AED was open, and I'm like, yeah, I know I'm standing right next to it. But I mean, we do get those notifications.
Okay,
So, and that's why we went through that program, because then they're centrally based for everything.
Yeah.
Warranty wise, they come through, and honestly, with the number that we buy and the amount of supplies we buy, we actually get a better price break than if somebody was just to go buy an individual one outright. So like, even if you guys wanted to purchase one for your office here,
Yeah.
I would really encourage you to come through me to get it ordered, because I'm gonna get a price break on it. It comes into our system for monitoring, and they're consistently registered, then they're the same. But yes, there are different ones out there. There are cheap ones out there, I will tell you that. There are cheaper ones out. Like I said, on average, they're about $28,000 to $3,000 for the ones that we purchase.
would everybody need to be trained in the office, or how does
They-
that work?
No,
We
you don't
were to-
have to be. I mean, honestly, they're so user-friendly in the public that you don't have, I mean, I open the lid up, it tells you literally what to do.
Okay,
You know, take this pad, put it here, take this, I mean, there's pictures on it. There's even a button on it that'll switch it to Spanish, so that somebody is Spanish
So
speaking.
it's talking to you.
Yes. The ones that we got for the library and the airport stuff, they're a little, I'll say, they're a step or two below the ones we actually carry. Ours are a little more higher. I would honestly say if I pulled up, I probably would disconnect yours and hook mine to it, okay? Because my pads are integrated in it with the ambulance and they can plug into there, where the ones that we're buying, they call them a CR2, they're a community risk reduction device. And they'll walk you exactly through everything, what to do. Now, if you want to be a little more advanced in doing CPR and training you how to do CPR, that's where you'll take a little extra training. And we encourage that, because there have been times, depending on the heart rhythm, the AED will not shock somebody, and you're going to have to do CPR. So.
Marcy, for elections, do you guys need any of that equipment? Like, do you bring them places?
Yeah, you
Like,
can
if
take
you
it
go
anywhere.
to your elections at the church, and we had one at the office, would she,
Which-
I think
what
they have
happens?
one at the
Some of the churches have AEDs in them around now.
I think they do.
they
Which,
do?
which church are you using?
Trinity, Christian.
They have them in there because they're actually the ones that,
I thought I've seen them in there.
Okay,
yes, they're actually the ones that donated the one to the PD through them. So I know they have them in there, and a couple other people that go to the church run local fire departments as well. So I know.
Most churches,
I do need
Sparta
to talk
Center
to you
Church
about
has
getting
Yes,
some
they have
Narcan.
What's
I
that?
do need to talk to you about getting some Narcan.
one.
And that we can get without a problem too. Unfortunately, that's distributed.
So make a motion to table.
yes, for what, next month, or?
You know, make the motion table, Barb?
Yeah.
Okay. Moved by Barb to table until next month, and seconded by
Ashley.
Ashley. Any further discussion?
Actually walk.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next is other and informational.
I just, I gave everybody a copy of this, article that we want to put in the paper. sent it out for everybody to read. If anybody's got any more suggestions on how to change it, or if you wanna approve it, I did sign it to township board, so I need people to approve it before I can put it in the paper.
Do you want us to like sign it? Like how official do you want us to say yes or no to this?
I need some type of an approval so that we can get it in the newspaper. So probably a motion.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve it.
Moved by Ashley to approve the article for the Sparta Today, is it?
Yeah, that one.
Is there a second?
Is that, can we change it a little bit or add something to it? Or does it have to be like,
If you want something added to it, you need to,
I would say it, if you want me to, I'd say it on this one, paid by all township property owners. I just want people to understand it. That includes all village residences.
The top paragraph, last sentence.
Includes all village properties, just in case someone,
So they don't think it's, some people need to be reminded that the village is part of the township.
right, that's what I'm trying
They
to.
kind of forget that.
Phrase it that way.
I can add that phrase if Ashley's okay with that, because she made the motion.
Yes,
With that adjustment.
yes, with the adjustment, adding the village to that last.
I mean, it's in there a couple other times too.
I know, but
Yeah.
let's beat that dead horse.
And then we're gonna also put this on our newsletter for taxes,
Okay.
tax season.
And probably on our website, and if we ever get a social media page. put it on there.
I second.
Is that the only other one?
Okay, it's been moved by, well, I think Ashley actually seconded.
She's the one who made the motion.
Yeah, I made the motion with the added, village statement that,
Okay, it's been moved by Ashley to approve that with Rob's added verbiage, and it's been seconded by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is other informational.
We've started in the cemetery. We've gotten back in there. We've got some more interest and some people have showed up, so hopefully to get things going again. Unfortunately, next Wednesday, we're gonna be at our church soccer camp, so we have to cancel next Wednesday, but we'll get back in there and going again. So things will.
We do a good job, Barb, I know that. Very, very nice.
Had a lot of interest. I posted it and I think I had about 6 or 8 people say they wanted to come help us, so, and it wasn't just kids this time. So I got some adults coming.
Do you post every time?
Every week I post it. Yep, weather permitting, so.
I passed around to each board member some information, and the residents in the township may see this too. Some new flying helicopters, and one thing they're looking at is high voltage transmission structures, lines, and equipment. And another thing they're also been doing is they're gonna be checking, I think another different survey is gonna be involved with underground geology and groundwater conditions, so. Just wanted you to be aware of that if you see helicopters going around. Any other information?
Yeah, just to update, I talked to one of the gentlemen, one of the contractors doing the drain, county drain. They're about 80% done with his section. And out at the sports park, that pond, they're done dredging the pond. They're gonna let the silt dry out on the south side of the quad baseball area. And then they're gonna bring some topsoil in and then level it off, bring it back to where it was, fix all the repairs along the way, and then we'll start looking at the parking lot here to what we can do, finish it off. I did have a board member that said he had quite a few loads of asphalt millings, but it's not we can't have the stuff that comes right off the road. We need the stuff that's been ground up and finally ground up and then spread out and then compacted. So that's the type of, so we don't have people tripping over clumps when they're walking in their walkers or whatnot, so for the long term, so that's what we're after, or gravel, so. And I think that's all I have.
Thanks, Rob. At this time, is there any public comment?
Yes. Okay. I'm loud enough, but I'll do it the right way. Do you need me to introduce myself? I
Yes.
should. Okay. Mary Jo Toonstra, 100 Orchard Drive, Sparta Carnegie Township Director, Library Director. I wanted to let you guys know we had an event at the library last night from 3 to 5, and TV8's Miranda was there. And so we have a couple of our librarians on a newscast, and they talked about the summer reading program. The place was packed. It was great. Everybody had a good time. They had activities for the kids all throughout the library, and I don't know that it ended at 5 because they were having a great time. And that you can see on TV8, go to the Miranda page, but you can see it, it's really cool. We have an event coming up on Saturday from 10 to noon. It's free to the public. It's gonna be in the front yard of the library. They're gonna have a bounce house, a petting zoo, just a bunch of stuff for kids. It's gonna be a good time. We already have met, the people signed up for summer reading, what we had last year. And we have been, it's 1 week in. So we are pumped. Our community businesses have really stepped up this year and given us a lot of donations. So it's just an all community event, and we're just loving this. So anyway, come to the library on Saturday. Then I was able to share concerns about the parking lot stones that went up to the handicap door of the library with the village manager and Bill Hunter. I don't know his title, he's the road something in the village. There we go, all right. They came over, we talked about it, we brainstormed some ideas, and they're going to remove the stones about, I would say, 5 feet back. They're gonna keep it around where they planted that tree because it has to be there because there's parking on the other end, so people won't run into parked cars. And then I had a concern about people that are parking in that first handicap spot. When you are the driver, you're getting out in stones, and they're already not stable on their feet, so they thought maybe if they took the stones 2 feet in and poured either asphalt or concrete, that would fix that. And they're also gonna make the second, the first handicap spot was wide enough. The second one was smaller than the regular spot that was next to it, so they're gonna even that out. Because there's a minimum that was at the minimum, but it was so narrow that people are having a hard time keeping their vehicles within that spot. So anyway, it was a good conversation. They were pleased, I was pleased, and it's already being fixed. Some rocks are removed already. So I just thought I'd update you on those 3 things. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. At your last meeting, Jim and Bob and they're talking about getting together. Is that any such meeting taking place?
We have not. They came to our last library board meeting last month and gave us what they were proposing. Nothing was decided. We did not meet. They did their 2 minutes of speaking. And then we have a library board meeting coming up next Tuesday that will discuss some things maybe. I don't know, but as far as I know, no meeting has been taken place. Nothing has been agreed on. Nothing has been.
Finalized?
Yes, thank you.
You're not
So-
waiting for the township to sign something?
No,
Okay,
No.
just
we
checking.
don't, we don't have anything for you to
Well,
sign.
we haven't been presented anything, so.
Neither have we, and our board is elected, so
That's
they
right.
really, and I have been in conversation with a couple library directors that are in district libraries, and we have to follow the bylaws of the Library of Michigan, and they are binding, it is the law. And so that's what we have to go by.
And it's an
Library
elected
of Michigan.
position.
Say that again?
Elected position.
They are elected positions and they just can't go away. That you have to work through the law of the Library of Michigan, as far as I understand it.
How are your bathrooms?
Still stinky.
Oh, that's,
Yes,
I got a
So-
comment about that. I've got a comment about that.
Okay.
I asked my brother-in-law, who's a master plumber,
okay,
and we at some point are gonna come in there and look at your bathrooms. It could be, do you have a drain in the floor?
yes,
Bathroom?
both bathrooms have a drain in the floor.
There could be something with that is giving your problem.
Well, I do know 2 years ago when we had something going on in the women's bathroom and we had the plumber come out, he looked at it, the toilet wasn't connected to the floor, the only thing it was connected to was the
The pipe.
pipe. And so we had a floating toilet. He fixed it. But and they're 41 years old, so who knows? I don't know if I wanna know what's under there, but, you know, yeah,
It
they're
might be a
old.
simpler fix and just, so that's right.
And I'm not looking for creme de la creme, I'm looking for workable, not stinky bathrooms.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking for new doorknobs so we wouldn't have the lock, they wouldn't have to be locked. People could use them and then lock it from the inside, but when you do the handle, it
It
unlocks. So
Were you getting us quotes?
I was not told to get you quotes, but I can.
Well, we're not quite in the spot yet.
Right. I will do
Oh, I'm
whatever
sorry, I
you
was
get.
under the impression we were getting quotes. No?
Not that I am aware of.
Oh, okay,
I'll-
I was misinformed.
I'll make an effort to try to get.
Okay, now I do know that our maintenance guy, when he mops the floors and everything, he does put a little mop water down there to freshen up a little bit.
Little bleach water?
It's pine sol, bleach, yeah, I don't know what he uses, it cleans the floor.
Mary Jo, I have a question about your agreement with the village. When you guys are approached with this meeting, is anybody in the township going to be present with you guys? Or is it something with you, like, do you have
There's
it?
no meeting, there's no,
But when there is, are you guys
I don't know.
notifying us, or is there people on our board
That-
attending that?
I think that would be a.
Will you inform us maybe, so we can
Well,
decide if
We
we
could,
want to?
I think that'd be a question for the president of the library board, Mary
Okay.
Ann Meyer.
Okay.
So I don't wanna
Maybe-
overstep my position, because I am an employee,
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
so I
Okay.
do
So maybe
what
we can make
they
the connection.
would like me to do.
Okay,
And they do give me a really wide,
okay.
I have a lot of, yeah. They trust me, so,
We're requesting an invitation.
absolutely, absolutely. And the library board is made up of 5 elected village residents and 1 elected township resident. So that is our 6, so the village is well represented.
Okay.
Just by who decided to
Run.
run. Mhm.
Okay.
And they are on the same term as you guys are.
Mhm.
When your term is up, their term, they have to run again. So, yes. Okay, but as far as I know, there are no agreements, there has been no talking, there's been nothing to sign, there have been, the only communication that we've had was the 2 at the board meeting last month,
Which was recorded.
which was recorded. Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Jo. Any other public comment this time? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I make that motion.
Moved by Barb, seconded by Marcy, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All signify by saying nay, and we're adjourned.
I have a question for you.
And I
personal
program.
Never mind.